Good morning, it's Shelby Palmer in the drop-off lane this morning. We're ready to move to the next phase of the transaction. So we've resolved any issues that have now come up with regards to inspections, and the repairs maybe aren't done yet, but that's okay because we have a plan. So now the next phase is the appraisal. So we're going to give the lender the thumbs up to order the appraisal. It's going to go out into an appraisal management system, and our appraiser is chosen randomly, and then they are going to come and do their inspection. So what are they looking for? Well, first of all, they're looking to establish value. So a lot of times we hear people say, well, I know exactly what's going to happen. It's just going to come in at the contract value because that's what they always do. Well, that's not true. They do come in a lot of the times at the contract value, but what the appraiser is doing is they're justifying that value to the bank. So they're taking this contract. Let's say we have a willing buyer who's willing to pay $300,000 for this house, and we have a seller who's willing to accept $300,000 for this house. So the appraiser is now hired by the bank to justify that that value really is there. A lot of times the appraiser is going to take the contract and use it as a comparable to say, yes, we do have a willing buyer and a willing seller. So bank, can I justify this $300,000 to say that, yes, it's worth that? So they're going to go in, and sometimes it comes in a little bit lower, and sometimes it comes in a little bit higher, and sometimes it comes in right on the nose. So when it comes in lower, what do we do? Let's say it comes in at $290 on a $300,000 transaction. So what do we do with that? Well, then we have to go back to negotiate. Sometimes the seller has to come down. Sometimes the buyer has to come in with money. Maybe there's closing costs that we can work with a little bit and say, okay, we're not going to pay your closing costs as a seller, or that sort of thing. So we just go back to negotiating on that. What if it comes in higher? Woohoo, that's great for the buyer. Now, as a seller, you don't get to know that. We don't get to see the appraisal. The buyer is who's purchasing the appraisal, so we never get to see it as the seller's agent. So first thing they're doing is establishing value. They're going to use the comparables that they can come up with to say, yes, there is $300,000 worth of value here. No, there is not $300,000 worth of value here. The second thing that they're doing is they are making sure that the home itself qualifies for the loan type that our buyer is doing. So there are certain loan types, a VA, an FHA, a USDA, or a Utah housing loan, that may require some repairs. The home has to also qualify for that. So let's say we have an FHA buyer and an FHA appraiser coming out, and so he says, oh my goodness, there is peeling paint all over around the exterior of this house. So they're going to require a peeling paint condition to be that the home won't qualify for the loan unless this peeling paint is fixed. But wait a second, we just talked about our inspections and we just agreed to repairs, and now you're asking me for other repairs. Well, they're different. So when the buyer asks for repairs with regards to their inspections, those are things that they are saying, we really would like to have you fix these things. When an appraiser requires a repair, and the appraiser is saying, this house isn't going to qualify unless these things are done. So those things are going to have to be completed in order for the home to qualify for that type of a loan. Now, in those, when you have an offer, you're going to have a contract that says, hey, if the appraiser requires repairs, we're going to ask you to fix those, but it's not going to be more than X amount of dollars. So you're not going to have to spend more than $300 to fix this. That's established in the contract prior. But if the appraiser requires some repairs, the loan is not going through unless those things are completed. So there is our appraisal thing for the day. And if there's anything I can do for you today, please give me a call, 435-225-4587, or you can call any member of my team. You can call the office, 435-339-3199, and somebody will be there to help you as well. So I hope you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.